over the last week and a half. And what is the culprit? Mainly a higher than expected jobs report. And I'll share the report with you in a second. Just like all the other reports, however, you got to drill down deeper on the data. Unfortunately, a lot of the markets don't do this, and we get some knee-jerk reactions. Now, it is common after the Fed cuts interest rates to see an initial knee-jerk reaction of rates lower, and then over time, mortgage rates to head lower. In fact, this is typically about 1.25% that they go lower after the first cut. So this could take some time. I think this is the perfect window to buy a home while you're out looking and refinance next year. I'm still standing behind my prediction of 5 by 25, which is a 5% interest rate by the end of 2025. And why you don't want to wait for rates to get that low is the demand for properties will go way up and the supply isn't changed much over the last couple of years. There's just not enough development and building going on to catch up with our population growth. So let's get into the jobs report and just see what the numbers kind of shook out at. So as you can see, the report came back 254,000 more jobs created, and the estimate was 140. So this is significantly higher than what the markets were anticipating, and hence the reaction of why rates came back so much, why rates shot up so much. The 2-year revision is up 72,000. So they actually revised higher than they had been reporting. Now, the birth death ratio, which has always been helping these reports and why we think they've been faulty, they actually corrected it the opposite way. So this is just a stronger report than anyone expected, even with the birth death ratio working the opposite that it typically does for the jobs report. You still saw 254,000 jobs created. So here's what the traders and everybody within the media needs to do. They need to dig into these reports further. They just report the headline number and they say, these are the numbers, but they don't look through the facts, right? So it was actually 430,000 jobs created. And when you factor in the birth death ratio, that's how we got to 254. The total labor force is up. That means there's more participating, more people looking for a job. The participation rate, however, has not changed much. So that means population growth. But here's the kicker. The jobs, 231,000 of them were from 16 to 19-year-olds. So obviously these aren't high quality jobs, high paying jobs. Maybe the 19-year-olds are people that graduated college really early and maybe Doogie Howser situations, but there's not a lot of them in. So this report, I believe, will be revised and you will start to see interest rates come down. But for right now, those that jumped on the bandwagon and refinanced are certainly patting themselves on the back. Those that don't are kicking themselves that they didn't move forward, and know that the clients that we had bring us a contract during this time, we advise them correctly. If you can see my chart here, we locked here, we locked here, we locked here. So before the big increase, we were locking, and you can see prior we were floating. So all the people that went up on this chart are lower interest rates. Remember, mortgage bonds, the higher they are, the lower the mortgage rate, the lower they are, the higher the mortgage rate. So we're here to support you. We're here to lock you in at the best time. Please call us with any questions. Please email us with any numbers you need, Ran, and let us know when you put in an offer on the property so I can be your hype man with the listing agent and let them know you have an amazing realtor, great credit qualification, and one of the top 200 lenders in the country working on your transaction. Call us if you need anything, and thank you for your trust.